morning. So, yeah, hope everybody's doing all right. You know, I'm having a pretty decent day at work besides the electronic, energy attacks on my chest and feeling like someone's trying to it's almost as if like the oxygen in my entire chest cavity is being almost like it's evaporating in my chest or something. But anyway, so as far as Thanksgiving concerned, right, when I got home, my mother was just overreacting because she thought I was going to flake out about going to the family Thanksgiving dinner or whatever. And she had already cooked a couple of dishes because she that she wanted to send with the family, but so she was just overreacting to that. Like I told y'all, when she gets sick, and that's pretty much anybody, especially when they're elderly, when they get sick, they get very edgy and emotional. So I wasn't even really gonna allow myself to even be even moved by that type of energy. So, but eventually, she is feeling a little bit better. But I'm starting to take note of how, I don't know, maybe this is just a normal head congestion, but at the same time, radiation, electromagnetic radiation sickness is damn near basically like the flu. That's exactly what it resembles. It looks and feels just like the flu. But if you don't know anything about radiation sickness, and there's no real presence of bacteria, virus, she's been taking COVID tests coming back negative. And I'm I know for one that she likes to sleep in the living room because the living room is warmer. But what's also in the living room is the Wi-Fi router. And I know she has a tendency to sleep with a lot of appliance on the router. And I tried to explain to her about electromagnetic radiation. I tried to explain to her about directed energy. But, my mom's old school. She's in her 70s. She don't know nothing about technology. So she's, I just have to accept what I can't control and just go ahead and move accordingly. So that's that part. Now, I came back home after Thanksgiving dinner. My girl came with me. She told me how some people was trying to gaslight her on the train on the way to my cousin's house. But she did a good job with not feeding into the energy. Then, when I came back home, Mama, she was laying down. She wasn't upset no more. She was just happy to eat. So there's always that part. Now, as far as Thanksgiving, everything is cool from that point. Now today is a little different because my girl and I, we basically work the same job. So we decided, we was gonna pick up an extra shift and work till about 7, I think 6:30, 7 o'clock, something like that. So I was like, do a couple more routes because we both are gonna be off on Sunday. Then I know what I tried to do is before I left the house, I should have plugged up the Wi-Fi, because I know that if I don't plug it up, my mother's gonna act like she don't know what to do. But then again, I don't know. When it comes to technology, my mother is very, 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 very very basic. You know, she's trying to. Somebody bought her. I think I said this in the video before. Somebody bought her a smartphone when she took a trip down south. I really hate the fact that they bought her a smartphone, because that's just one other weapon that they'll use against her than one other device that's going to frustrate her because she's trying to learn how to use it. I really hated that somebody got her a smartphone. Then on top of that, you know, I'm trying to, like, you know, I'm trying to live a decent life, you know, knowing I gotta care for my mother, knowing I gotta care for myself. Then, you know, I'm trying to find a love life. You know, I'm 33 years old. You know, then here comes all this gang stalking BS. And, you know, these people, they don't even, it's like, most of the time you know exactly who it is. Most of the time you know exactly who it is. But the thing is, you can't incriminate yourself by, you know, somewhat like if we try to approach somebody and we don't have physical evidence or full undeniable proof that this said person is doing something, then it's like we would be looked at as the ones harassing someone else. So it's like, you know, we gotta do what we can to not basically incriminate ourselves. You know, everybody else is basically, they're given passes to harass and torment people. Why? Because, you know what? Pretty much when you think about it, they're not human no more. Most of these people that are aiding and abetting in this gang stalking shit, they're not human no more. Their DNA is already changed. Like, they done let all this technology shit basically screw up their own like God-born DNA, and because they want to so-called live a longer, healthier life without fucking changing their environmental factors that's making them sick, or changing their life choices that's making them sick, they would rather actually change their DNA so that they can absorb more of the radiation from the electronic devices that they're about to be swallowed up in. and then it's like they come after people who don't want to become a freaking cyborg or whatever they're about to become, remote control, partial organic individual, whatever the transhumanists, whatever they gonna be called. Anyway, hey, a Muslim brother, hey, what's up? I like that dude. He's one of a kind, man. But anyway, yeah. So what's going on today? These gang stalkers, right? They are disrupting my mother's home internet access, and knowing that she doesn't know how to, you know, stay calm and reset the modem if something's not working properly, or like if I unplug something, unplug like the router, or if I unplug the Wi-Fi, she'll get upset because, you know, she has back problems, so she feels like it hurts too much for her to bend down to go and to plug something back in. But it's really not that bad, though. It's like most of the stuff that she complains about when it comes to technology is usually always something real simple. But I just have to accept the fact that, you know, simple for me can be difficult for her because, you know, she's in her 70s. She doesn't necessarily know much about technology. So these technocrats, they're basically going to take advantage of a elderly disabled woman and harass her because they already know they can't beat me. The most they can do is frame me for something to put me in jail or prison, or use their device as much as they can to try to kill me, or probably hire somebody to kill me or whatever. You know, but they know they can't beat me with whatever they're using now. They'd have to actually go to old school ways of dealing with, you know, people if they gonna try to get at me. They gotta do it old school, because this new school shit ain't gonna work against me. And that's as God is my witness. That this new school stuff ain't gonna work on me. So what they'll do is they'll go after everyone around me, especially those who I feel closest to, and manipulate them. Why? Because, you know, if I see someone that I care about that's, you know, that's in pain or whatever, or they're struggling with something, you know, it's gonna somewhat affect me because, you know, I'm empathic, you know. Anyway, yeah, I was trying to see if I could, you know, explain to my mother over the phone how she could basically just reset the modem. She said the computer wasn't coming up at all. Not even really sure what that meant. I asked her how many solid green lights was on the modem. She said 4. I said, okay, that sounds about right. How many? I was like, is there the flashing green light on the modem? She said yes. So I'm like, okay. So if that's on, then I'm like, I have used the desktop computer without the Wi-Fi on, because it's a desktop. The desktop is running by cable. The desktop is running by cable into the modem. So I'm just thinking to myself, okay, there's no reason why the internet should not be running on a desktop, because I've used the desktop computer without the Wi-Fi on. That means they're actually messing with the internet access. And because they know she don't know what to do, it's going to frustrate her. And because I'm at work and because I'm not coming home anytime soon, that's going to stress her out even more. Basically making her blood pressure go up and anything and whatever else that can happen, because she's getting frustrated because she can't do certain things. Anyway, this is just me telling what's going on, because they really think that they basically gonna make me feel lower my frequencies, because they can take advantage of other people that don't know their tricks. Yeah. On that note, everybody take care, peace, love, and as always, take life one breath, one thought, one step, one day at a time. Take care.